I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone. All my dreams pass before my eyes with curiosity. Dust in the Wind by Kansas. Same old song, just a drop of water in an endless sea. All we do crumbles to the ground, though we refuse to see. Dust in the wind, all we are is dust in the wind. Now don't hang on, nothing lasts forever but the earth and sky. It slips away, and all your money won't another minute buy. Great song. Can sometimes be very depressing because you find out that not one more minute can your money buy. So be careful when you come into this new financial system, this new job, this new energy of abundance. Be careful and remember that not another minute can money buy. Okay, that's my opinion on the lyrics. Now we're going to go right into our main energy was the Two of Diamonds, which is courageous and daring energy. You have a decision to make. St. Michael says you have a decision to make, and he needs you to be courageous, daring, and truthful. So, again, quantum, you can't get away with being untruthful, but in today's society, you still can. So, whichever reality you're in, it's going to demand truth. Okay? And that was the ace and the two of spades. So, 221. 221. My birthday, 221. Okay, then we had badass success and equal give and take and don't be miserly. Okay, so we've got 664. I've got two tens. Very important here because of the fact that two tens are ending all this. We're going into something new. All right. The decision has to be made, and they don't want you to be miserly, which was a Four of Pentacles. I don't see a Four of Pentacles, but that's what I was feeling off of the Four of Wands. I was feeling marriage. I was feeling, we have another Four of Hearts. So we got two fours, two sixes, two tens. And I wrote under the comments of the shorts my summary of the whole reading here. Okay. And then we have the Ace of Wands, the wishy-washy. You don't want to be wishy-washy. And you definitely don't want to get into an Eight of Swords with this. You don't want to get into the part of dust in the wind where you get negative and you get depressed and you start crying, right? You don't need to go into the Eight of Swords energy. Just look at it like, remember that money doesn't buy another minute of your assignment. So don't be wishy-washy. It was in reverse, so I don't think you are, but it's just warning you not to be. Okay, so we had two aces and two twos. And we have two sixes and two fours. So I probably got a full house if I just get one more ace, one more six, one more four, right? One more gives me two full houses. And I did do some stuff in Astro last night about houses. We were trying to figure out where we want to go with this abundance. Now, a year ago, we may not wanted what we want this year. That's good. Susan commented just recently about how last year doesn't look like this year. Well, that's good. great because we want to keep evolving. If you're still stuck in the same mindset, then I don't think that's very good. Okay, we should be evolving. So I no longer, I told you, want that castle with all that old energy in it. I want everything new. Okay, so we were going into new apartments, and we were looking at new apartments, little tiny like efficiencies where the kitchen, the living room, and the bedroom are all in the same room, and then the bathroom's off to the side. That's what we were looking at. So who knows, right? But it was brand new. Nobody had lived in it yet. Okay, now our outcome is a celebration, and it's been a long time coming. So it's the Knight of Diamonds, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Three of Hearts. So it's been a long time coming. Back to the why would somebody want to get an apartment, a little tiny square of an apartment, over a huge mansion? Well, a lot less anxiety, 9 of spades with the 6 of spades, and it gives you the opportunity to be able to journey and to travel and to do things that you normally would have to stay home and take care of the house. So it's a 9 of swords, anxiety, get rid of anxiety and move forward in this. Now I said I needed another 6, and I just got it. So I have a full house. I have 3 6s and 2 4s. And to me, that's 10s. That's the end. So I think it's going to be an end of financial problems, financial anxiety. I do feel that very strongly. Let's go ahead and see what else we got here. We've got a 7 of hearts, which is just what I was talking about with your many options, and the 3 of diamonds in the community with your pentacles. So exactly what I just said, you're going to have lots of options. You can get that castle, or you can get that little efficiency, depending on who you're with, what your assignment is, how many pets you have, of course, the whole enchilada, right? Not everybody's going to fit into an efficiency, and not everybody's going to want a castle, and not everybody's going to want even a house. Some people might want a yacht. Okay, so you're going to have lots of options with this abundance coming in and this community. You may not want to stay in your community. Now, I'm looking for another 2 or an ace, but I did get a wild card. So I can make another full house with these 2s and aces with my wild card, and he was upright. So once again, the sky will be the limit. And the thing I like about it is that this decision doesn't have to be written in stone. So if you do get that little efficiency and you decide to stay there, and just figure out what you want to do with your life, do that for the first step. Then the second step would be to get maybe a house somewhere. You know, you can take baby steps. You also don't have to have all the answers at any certain point in time, because we want to keep changing. We want to keep going with our contract. We want to keep seeing who God puts in to our life, who he takes out of our life. So remember that you always have a wild card. You really do. And it's a 5 of Pentacles under it. So again, it's telling me change and Pentacles, money. So you can always change your mind with your wild card. Just what I said. You can get that small little efficiency first just to go into something new. Then stay there maybe just at night, and then start selling off your stuff at your house, your old house, getting the old gone, and then have that little efficiency on the side just to have somewhere to sleep at night, and then go back and get rid of all the old. And when everything old is gone and you're only into your new, then you can get rid of your condo and go into a bigger place. That's an example of what I'm saying. You don't have to have all the answers when you go straight into this. You don't have to have all the answers ever. Everything's always changing. The energy is always changing, and there's no time. Back to the title. Be real for real. That's the whole point. You want to be you. You want to be you. So if you don't like condos, don't get one just because somebody mentioned it or just because it's the first step I'm talking about. Definitely move forward on this. Be real. And then it also said salt and pepper on there. So you want to be balanced. You want to do you, but be balanced at it. Just because I have $1 trillion doesn't mean I have to go out and buy something expensive. I can easily buy just a little efficiency down the street to get me out of where I'm at so that I can get rid of all the old. You see what I'm saying? Okay? Be humble, be balanced, use your wild cards. We got 2 full houses. We've got 11:11 on the clock. Lots in this video. We're going to go ahead and just get a final message with the top 3 cards. Queen, Queen, and King. Oh my goodness, look at that. Queen of Swords. Oh, no, King of Swords, but I said Queen. So a King of Swords in his Queen of Swords energy with his creativity and his love. That is excellent outcome. 2 queens and a king. Just because we're playing poker, let's do 2 more cards from the top. There's the ace we wanted, the ace of hearts, and it's upright. So we can use our wild card over here, and we can have 2 kings and 2 queens for 2 pair. All right, and we've got the other ace. So we've got our 3 aces and our 2 twos for the full house. And that goes exactly with what I was talking about in Astro, because it was me and my soulmate efficiency shopping. It was pretty fun. So, okay, you guys, I want to thank you for listening. I am Miss Mystic. And maybe we should go to Vegas and play some poker. All right, I love you guys.